Another artist has come into the fold of the Australian soul music scene, and his name is E.J. Worland. This is All Gas, No Trash. My name's Adam, and welcome back to the program, and welcome to a brand new episode. And before we get underway, we do have to do the Game Rage No Curse Minute, where we kill the first 60 seconds of the program in order to play nice with the YouTube algorithm with no cursing and no swearing whatsoever. First off, quick thank you to everybody that has been listening to our program on RSS, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you've been listening. We appreciate it. And especially those that have been listening on YouTube, please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. We sincerely appreciate it. And lastly, we do have another album review for you on the way, which again is Wilson with her second album called Bloom, and we should have that next week for you. So be on the lookout for that, and that'll be the Game Rage No Curse Minute. All right, so let's go ahead and transition over to discussing E.J. Worland, who is a soul artist based out of Australia. Where he is currently based out of, I'm not entirely sure, because at one point he was recording an EP here in Los Angeles, though that EP has already been released, and it's very possible he already moved back to Australia. But besides that, this is the fourth or fifth artist that I've found that is doing soul music in Australia, which includes Don West, Emma Thompson, Wilson, and I guess to some extent Surprise Chef, who are part of Big Crown Records. This is, to me, a developing story, and as I've heard from Wilson herself, that soul music is not all that big when it comes to genres that people listen to in Australia, so maybe the tides are turning, or maybe perspective is changing about this genre, and perhaps it's growing a little bit more with artists like Surprise Chef and Don West and Wilson and Emma Thompson, and now we have E.J. Worland coming into the fold. That I guess I'm kind of excited to share this music because I think it's fantastic, and I hope you enjoy it. As far as the lore goes, it's written in his bio that he was working construction and he eventually transitioned into putting in more time into his music. And he cites Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye as sources of inspiration to his music. Additionally, upon looking at his Instagram profile, I already see that Don West and Stephen Charles, who is the producer of Wilson, already following him, so that is very encouraging. And also, when you have a developing scene like this, it's nice to know who your peers are. And who knows, maybe in the future we could see E.J. Worland performing with Emma Thompson or Wilson or Don West. And, in grand scheme, I would love to see, again, I'd love to reiterate, an Australian soul invasion with Don West, Wilson, Emma Thompson, E.J. Worland, Surprise Chef. I think those are all great names that could all be put on a bill together for those that are interested in this genre of music. But I digress. Let's go ahead and get to the music. I've yapped enough. I think we're going to start with the most explosive track in his discography, and this is for a single called Shining Bright. So go ahead and cue it up on your digital streaming platform of choice. Once again, the track is called Shining Bright from E.J. Worland. Let's give it a listen. Going in. Hey, welcome back. That was E.J. Worland with his track called Shining Bright. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. That song does not waste any time getting to the point with the drums and horns starting off immediately and how explosive they are. And then there's a moment of exhale with like the organ keys and the vocals from E.J. Worland. And then it gets right back into second gear or third gear or even fifth gear with the more explosive parts from the drums and horns and the backing vocals. Fucking A, man. This is such a great track for commercial use. I'm talking like beer commercials like Modelo or I don't know what other beers I could think of, Budweiser, whatever. This to me is just so representative of like a good time. Well, I guess I haven't looked into the lyrics, but just like the feeling that it emits I feel like this would be fitting for a beer commercial. Uh, yeah, and of course, EJ Worland has some powerful fucking vocals, which I love. And let's go ahead and listen to the next track, which is called Save Me, a song that was released in April of this year. Pull it up on your digital streaming platform of choice. Once again, the track is called Save Me from EJ Worland. Going in. Hey, welcome back. That was EJ Worland with his track called Save Me. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. There are a few ideas that come to mind of where this song could be applied to in television and film, and specifically for TV. I can imagine this being placed in a drama series for a cop show or emergency medical services or even a hospital setting. Let's go with the hospital setting. Imagine a multiple casualty incident where there are ambulances arriving by the droves, and the lead doctor at the emergency department's like, we don't have enough resources. Get the IVs, set up triage. And then you have this song coming in going, save me. And then as far as film goes, I don't know why, but I get like espionage or even heist vibes from this song. You know, some Ocean's 11 or Ocean's 12 or 13. For this song to appear on a film like that, that's the vibe I get. But I love this track, man. EJ Worland showing off his falsetto in this track, and then eventually getting to the explosive chorus with the backing vocals going, save me! Man, it is so fucking good. This guy fucking slaps. I hope you guys are enjoying this guy as much as I am. And we do have one more track that we have to get to. And this track, I recently listened to it, and I've been kind of listening to it on repeat. So let's go ahead and give it a listen. The track we are going to listen to is called Hard to Find. Pull it up on your digital streaming platform of choice, and let's give it a listen. Once again, that track is called Hard to Find from EJ Worland. Going in. Hey, welcome back. That was EJ Worland with his track called Hard to Find. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. I think the reason that I wanted to showcase this song on the episode is because this one reminds me of Pusher Man from Curtis Mayfield. Not so much in the vocals, because I think, obviously, Curtis Mayfield and EJ Worland have vastly different vocals, but it's just the vibe of Pusher Man from Curtis Mayfield and EJ Worland being similar. I think they have like a similar tempo in the song, and the bass line kind of feels vaguely similar. But another great track from EJ Worland, and the part that I thought was a real highlight of the track is when the jazz flute comes in. And then at the very end of the song, there's like this sweeping like synthesizer sound that pans from left to right. That's very cool. And of course, how could we forget the great vocals from EJ Worland? This guy is a real treat, man. I can't wait to hear more music from him. I'm hoping we get a debut album in the works at some point in the future. When that actually happens, I'm not entirely sure, but this is exciting stuff, man. I mean, to have EJ Worland that I just found, and amongst the other artists that we've already discussed, Don West, Emma Thompson, Wilson, and Surprise Chef, we got a little bit of a scene going on here, and I hope this continues to develop, and I hope there are more developing artists that are going to be supported by these standout figures in the future. Exciting times for this genre in Australia. And I hope more people pay attention to what's going on. And hopefully you enjoyed the music of EJ Worland. And we're going to wrap it up here. So thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll catch you all next time.